Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 77 of the Video Games Ahoy Podcast! I'm your host, Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by the returning David Gape.
Hello!
And the returning again, I guess, from last week, it's Zach Hamilton!
Back to back.
Back
Zach
to
to
back.
Zach.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. Zach to back. Back to... I'll stop there.
Back Zach and crack.
How are you doing? ACP, straight in there. How are you doing, ACP?
Hey, Chipper.
Yeah. How are you two doing? How are you two lovely fellas doing?
Feeling good.
Oh, Zach, I think you're on mute. I can't hear you.
Or he's just unsure. He just doesn't know how he feels.
He's unsure. But he will be with us in a second.
Okay, I think you guys should be able to hear.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. There he
Cool.
is.
All right. I was just changing some stuff up with my settings. Yeah, man, all good. What's been happening?
Can I just tell a little story before we begin? Very short story.
Please.
Because I think some people might enjoy hearing this. So I've been making I'm doing a course where I had to make a video game this week, and I asked Zach to send me a picture of him with his beard, and what he sent me was him posing and saying the only way he'd be able to use it is if he could be. What was it, Zach? So can you reenact the photo? Was
Yeah.
Very sensual, is what it was.
Yeah. Well, I wanted
to present
it to
it tomorrow, and I can't wait.
I really wanted it to be. You said that he had to be a wise old sage, and I wanted him to be also sexy, so I made him sexy.
Sexy old sage. He was very sexy. Very.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Age is not a barrier on sexiness.
Exactly.
Well, that's my point exactly. I wanted to make sure we were doing our part for representation of sexy old men.
Well, when Dav Weeks finally gets on a podcast, we will.
Hey.
I'm joking with you guys because I'm not far behind him, so I want to make sure that he's the one we make fun of, not me.
You're both old, but he's incredible.
He's older. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say he's also more sexy. Okay, that was my story. Sexy Zach, sexy bearded Zach, old man, sexy bearded Zach.
I think you've got a title for the episode, haven't you?
Yes, old sexy bearded Zach. Yes, we do miss Dav Weeks. He's been very poorly recently.
Poor man.
Hopefully he'll be back soon. Let's talk about the podcast and let's get into some news stories. Hello, if you're listening to us for the first time or watching us for the first time, and if you are not, much like ACP, we love you. Thank you for coming back. I still don't understand why. I don't know what it is. It's definitely not me. Maybe it's those two handsome boys over there.
I think it's a certain sexy old man.
Dav Weeks. It probably is Dav Weeks. Sexy old man Dav Weeks. Appreciate it. And if you want to listen to us in a different place to where you normally listen to, there's many different places. iHeartRadio, as we always say, is the number one for some reason. It's because we get a lot of love. YouTube, you can check us out. We're on Spotify. It always surprises me when it pops up on Spotify for me. I'm like, oh yeah, we're on Spotify. We haven't earned a dime yet, not a cent, not a penny. But much like everyone else that's on Spotify. The little joke there for all the people that
we've earned pennies, but none from Spotify.
None from Spotify, no. So Spotify,
pennies
if you're listening, we're not Adele, and we can't make you shuffle our podcast. So that's a contextual joke for the week. She actually made Spotify do that. Adele made Spotify get rid of the shuffle command on her album because she said the album should be listened to from start to finish.
As all albums should.
I actually agree with that. Yeah, I very much agree with that. It's official. You're on Spotify. Yes, we are. But yeah, we're also on Patreon, that, and like I said, YouTube and all other places you can find us. We're very easy to find. We're just very easy in general. Let's move on to the news.
What's been happening this week? It's the news with Jonny, Zach, and Daffy G.
So probably should get a little bit more serious about this because it is actually quite serious and a bit sad and a bit crap. The whole situation is awful, and no one's really doing anything about it. It just keeps going on. Anyway, a significant number of Activision Blizzard employees and players are petitioning for the company's CEO Bobby Kotick to step down following recent misconduct allegations. A staff petition calling for Kotick's resignation launched on Thursday and has been signed by over 1,300 Activision Blizzard employees at the time of publication. That is insane. 1,300 of your own staff saying, go away. because you're an awful human being. It states, we, the undersigned, no longer have confidence in the leadership of Bobby Kotick as the CEO of Activision Blizzard. The information that has come to light about his behaviors and practices in the running of our companies runs counter to the culture and integrity we require of our leadership and directly conflicts with the initiatives started by our peers. Dav, Gabe, I'm going to come straight to you because I think you asked me if this was on the list, and this is on the list. I just wanted to quickly say, Bobby Kotick sounds like a terrible human being.
Absolutely. And
that's me passing the baton, by the way.
Yes, he absolutely is a terrible human being. And he's not the only one. I mean, there's a whole board of people that knew years ago of the stuff he did, and they still kept him there.
Yep.
And he still kept himself there. And it's gross, and we don't need to go into details the awful things he's done. One thing, he did threaten to have someone murdered.
He did. He actually did. He genuinely did. It's terrifying.
That's the kind of person we're talking about. And there's like sexual harassment, all these other allegations. But one thing that I found interesting, and I don't know if this time-wise, I don't know if you talked about this last week or not, but about how like Sony and Microsoft and everyone have come out and say, Activision, sort your shit out or there will be consequences because we don't want our brands connected to your brand.
Nope.
And that's interesting, especially from the Sony side of things, because they have a partnership deal. They have a contract in place with Activision, specifically for Call of Duty. But and also there's been some other stuff that's come out from the head of Treyarch as well, or one of the heads of Treyarch.
Yeah, he's
one of the Call of Duty developers. Yeah. But yeah, it turns out like 4 years ago the PR team was saying to get rid of one of the guys, and that PR team is absolutely shocking anyway. But if even they were saying 4 years ago to get rid of a guy, then you know he's a rotten egg.
It's weird as well, because like for the longest time, even before all these allegations came out, like everyone was like, why the hell is Bobby Kotick taking home like $130 million a year and then his staff are barely getting by? It's genuinely ridiculous. Just based on that, it's a ridiculous situation. But the fact that all of these allegations have come out, and they are, as you say, Dav, some of them are too, like, genuinely horrific to the point that I don't really want to talk about them if you want to look them up. They're very easy to find.
It's all online. You can absolutely look online, and you'll find some great articles about
Jason
Schreier.
Jason Schreier has been on
Jason
the
Schreier
with this.
Yeah, I mean, he always is.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's great.
Love what Jason Schreier writes. It's just a lot of scumbaggery, and it's ongoing, and hopefully Kotick gets kicked out and then not replaced by another Bobby Kotick figure.
Well, did you? I apologize. There was a lady put on the board, Blizzard, I believe it was.
Yes, the head of Blizzard, co-head. It was her whose name I can't remember.
I can't remember anyone's names. To be fair.
And Mikey Barra, who used to be with Xbox. I know his name because he kept popping up on a podcast I was listening to about a year ago. But and so she's left to go work for International Women of Gaming. And she's like, it was obviously a stunt promotion anyway, to be like, oh, we need a woman leading. But like, even she was like, there's nothing that can be done here with these people in charge. I'm going to work from the outside in now. She said there are the foundations there of some people who will be able to change that company and that ethos. And because the problem is when you've got a company like Blizzard Activision, Activision Blizzard, who just make money and money and money and money and money and money. It's never going to go. The company's not going to go away. Like, you can't say, oh, let's just close the dev, everyone just move out. It's not going to happen because it's its own entity now, and there are shareholders involved. Like, it's going to have to keep going, so they're going to have to do something to right that ship. And it's really gross, and I don't want anything to do with any Blizzard or Activision games right now.
No, there have been a few games that I wanted to buy. Like, I've not bought Tony Hawk's, and it's been on offer, and I'm fairly certain Activision they've constantly been putting their games at low prices because people have actually maybe not in a great number, because I imagine the majority of people actually don't know what's happening, but enough people.
They took Activision's name off of Call of Duty Vanguard
for ages,
so that they wouldn't connect it.
For ages. But yeah, it's the whole situation's awful. I know we mentioned it a couple of months ago, actually, and when it was the allegations of first coming out, and obviously it was very serious back then. But like the fact that more have come out, and even like not even linked to the ones previous, just like this company needs just everyone just leave, just all of the board, like all of the people in charge, just clearly they're not fit to do it, and it's like you say, it's just gross and just awful, and go away, Bobby Kotick. You're a bad person. Zach, anything to add?
No, I think you guys covered it.
Great. I thought.
Get Kotick out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right, let's move on. Actually, one thing I did want to add, I think Microsoft and Phil Spencer in general has been he's been nailing it recently. 3-pointers, all over the place. Just making my basketball references here. No, but seriously, like I think like last week, he said about the Activision thing where he's just like, sorted out. What the hell? But also he was talking about game preservation as well. And this isn't a story that I'm going to talk about, but I actually just think that in general, I think Phil Spencer has been smashing it. And we're going to talk about Microsoft now, actually, because they've officially launched Xbox Cloud Gaming for consoles.
Yeah.
It's now available for Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One owners with an Xbox Game Pass, which is actually great. With 25 regions, and Brazil is going to follow. I've got a little quote here I'm going to read. This capability will initially roll out with our November release to a subset of Xbox gamers and scale to all gamers in supported markets over the coming weeks. Anything else? Xbox Cloud Gaming allows players to access Xbox, there's a lot of X's, Xbox Game Pass titles without downloading them, and jump into multiplayer sessions with friends for games that aren't installed on the physical console. It also enables Xbox One owners to play selected Xbox Series X games like Recompile, The Medium, and the Rift Breaker via Cloud Gaming. That's just pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Like I actually looked when they announced it last week. I looked straight away, and like there seemed to be so many more games on Game Pass because so many of them were actually cloud based as well. Like a load of games that must have just been like PC only, but now they're obviously you can play them from your console. And there were just loads of them. There's so many. It's ridiculous. Have either of you two tried it out, by the way?
No, I've been hammering at the games I'm already playing, but I've been having a look at the list, and I was like, oh well, if I didn't already have this installed, I would absolutely check out this to see how it runs. So I remember when they first brought out the cloud gaming in beta, and I tried Forza Horizon 4 on my phone, and it just played like absolute tuner. It'd be interesting to see how Forza Horizon 5 works now. But,
yes.
And also the backwards compatibility stuff. Talking about game preservation.
Yeah. 75 games, was it? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's mad, like, the games that have, like, they've brought out, like, I forgot the list here, actually. Let's have a look. Advent Rising. Remember that 50 Cent game?
Yeah.
That's now available on Xbox Series X?
Max Payne 3 had a bit of an up-res, and apparently people say it's an amazing game that you should play, and I should play it. Maybe I will.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 9, which was the first one that they did the reboot for, which I've been meaning to play, so that I could like get the whole story of the new reboot of Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. There's some really Red Dead Revolver.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Man, they've even got like Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, some proper
the Clone Wars game.
There's some proper random ones on there. I think the sad thing is now they've basically gone because of other issues. We can't. This will be the last of the backwards compatibility games, which is a shame because a lot of it is just to do with licenses.
But there's so many, and like of these games, like there are some big licenses here, like Star Wars, Escape 2, so all the soundtracks for that. The 50 Cent game is absolutely mad to me. The whole Fear games, the original Nier game, which is something I've been really wanting to try.
Yeah.
And also, I hope they have online working on this, but Time Splitters 1 and 2.
Yes, I did see that.
Time Splitters are great.
I love Time Splitters because it was essentially GoldenEye, but sillier.
Yeah. I reckon it's probably going to be like £6 on the Xbox Store. Time Splitters feature perfect. Let's go.
That is pretty. Cuddy, how are you doing, Cuddy? I haven't seen you in ages. How are you doing, my friend?
Welcome on in.
Just really good vibes coming from Microsoft. There was something else I was going to say about Microsoft. I can't remember what it was. We can briefly talk about Halo, I guess, but I think maybe we'll talk about that later with games we play in. Maybe.
Have you guys played the new Halo?
I played it for I've only played it. I've literally been so busy, so I played it for like 5 minutes, but it does look incredible. We'll talk about it later because I think if Dav's played it, then that's probably a good time to talk about it. Let's move on. Let's talk about something me and Zach spent a lot of time talking about last week. And by me and Zach, I mean me at Zach. That is Rockstar Games has deployed the first major update for GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition after admitting I'm going all Sean Connery right now. I don't know why. After admitting that the much criticized remaster did not launch in a state that meets their own you can't stop after you start standards of quality. The remaster collection released last week with a significant number of technical issues, as well as unintended documents within its game file, such as unlicensed music, developer notes, and some hot coffee.
Hot coffee's back, baby.
In a statement published on Friday, Rockstar apologized to fans for the state of the release game and promised a series of updates. The first of which is out now. Fixes over 50 issues. It doesn't really do anything. I've played it since, and it's exactly the same. But again, I said last week I'm playing on a Series X, and I guess this is more for people on last gen and the Switch, which apparently
but PC's getting a lot of issues as well.
They've actually said that anyone that bought it on the PC can have the original versions of the game because they've done such a bad job.
How bad? Definitive edition.
Dab, honestly, if you were here last week, you'd because I'm enjoying playing them because again I'm playing on the Series X. I'm playing San Andreas. I'm enjoying playing it because the game is still kind of the same, and the issues aren't really You don't really feel the issues as much on the next gen consoles or the current gen consoles, I should say. But that's ridiculous because the games are 20 years old. They shouldn't need next gen hardware to run them when they still look very similar, if not the same. It's insane. But
Hot Coffee apparently cost them $20 million.
It did cost them $20 million.
When they first brought out the game, they got sued for $20 million.
Honestly,
and they left it in the game.
You need to check out the developer notes as well. It's so funny. One of them is basically this line of code doesn't work, so I'm going to write my own. It's shit. It's literally, it's genuinely, because I saw it, because obviously I was reading through it and I was just like, that is, knowing what I know now about all that kind of stuff, the stuff you're allowed to write. You're not allowed to write that. It's just so funny. It's so funny. It's the whole thing has been a dumpster fire, and I just, I said to Zach last week, this is worse. To me, this is worse than Cyberpunk, because at least with Cyberpunk, it was a brand new game, and yes, it was trash, and yes, they lied. But Rockstar have lied. There's things that they just didn't do to games that are 20 years old and didn't need that much done to them. It's so terrible. But again,
and you compare that to Microsoft with Max Payne 3, which isn't their game.
No.
And they just go, oh yeah, now we've got a FPS boost on it, and it's got HDR, auto HDR, so you can just go play that game and it's the best it's ever looked. It's not even our game. We didn't even have to do anything really to the game to make that happen. And you're like, Rockstar, come on, your reputation is on how well you look after your games and how long you take to make your games, because when they come out they look incredible and they play kind of well.
Zach, Bondos 2K UK, you are totally right. The patch hasn't fixed most things.
Even the patch notes lies.
So basically this is going to be one of those things where maybe, and to be fair, maybe next year it'll be fine. But I said to Zach last week, basically what they've done with the graphics is they've added this thing which it's a function that enables smoothing to everything, but they've enabled it in every single thing, which means that it's very intensive, and that's why it needs next gen consoles to run it, because the CPU is just what the fuck, this is too much. But it's, again, 20-year-old game, ridiculous. Just very quickly, I saw something the other day on Twitter which I thought was really funny. There's what's it called? It's a little boat. It's kind of like a boat, but you know the boat that has it has 6 sides and it's straight, like a little nut that you use for screwing.
Oh, I think it is a bolt.
Yeah, but anyway, in the game, the original game, they were making fun of the fact that they couldn't get things rounded properly, so there's a donut, and I can't remember what it's called. It's the donut, and it was literally shaped like a nut. Well, because they added the smoothing thing, it's just a round circle now, but so is the nut. So it's the donut is a circle, but also the nut is. So it's not even a thing. The joke doesn't even land anymore. So they're destroying their own jokes, and they've made spelling errors, which I showed you in the chat.
Spelling errors are amazing.
It's amazing. It's genuinely amazing. But yeah, Naughty Naughty Rockstar. Anyway, let's move on to... we've got some smaller stories now. Nintendo has added a major new update to Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. I don't know if you've seen this. It's actually quite cool. They added new content and extra multiplayer modes. The new update, which brings the game up to version 2.0, adds a new split-screen multiplayer mode. This allows a single-player Nintendo Switch to control 2 carts, whereas before each cart needed to connect to a separate Switch. It also adds a new relay race mode where 2 to 4 players can play cooperatively. And so basically what you do is you set up like 8 laps, and then after every 2 laps, your Switch takes over, and you race on your Switch, which is just a nice thing because it just means that like you don't all have to buy one. Which is just nice.
And it was only 2-player, right? Before this,
it was only 2-player, yeah. And
so
you have to
at least
have
with the relay, you get a bit of a 4-player vibe.
Yeah, and like because if 2 of you out of the 4 of you have the races, then you can still race 2 versus 2 with just one cart, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool, and they didn't need to do it, which makes you wonder why they have. Finally, the last bit of news. Because I think, how long have we got? Yeah, about 20, 25 minutes, because that's about right.
I reckon they're going to release another car.
Oh, that'd be cool. Wario would be awesome.
Or like Donkey Kong or something.
Maybe Peach, actually. That would make sense.
Or Yoshi.
I
wonder who would sell the most.
Yeah, I'm just thinking
of the characters that aren't Mario and Luigi.
I mean, it's obviously Waluigi. It's obviously Waluigi.
They wouldn't even put him in Smash.
It would just be one guy buying all the Waluigi cards.
Yeah. With Zach. Just Zach.
Yeah, it's just me.
Finally, and I guess this is more for Dav and me, but Zach will kind of appreciate it as well. New content is coming to Hitman 3 next year. That includes ray tracing on PC, a VR mode on PC, more elusive target arcades, but more importantly, new maps, storylines, and other modes that are currently under wraps. So apparently it is the best-selling Hitman game, and it's hit 50 million players. The game is the most successful of all time within the Hitman series, which I love. I loved Hitman. Seriously, just playing those 3 games in a row was the best. The silliest time, but the best time. I'm very excited for the new maps. Because I love this. That was the only thing I was disappointed with Hitman 3. With Hitman 2, there was 2 extra levels they made. One you're in the Maldives. It's like this whole paradise-themed island you have to go, and there's like a James Bond-style lair you have to infiltrate, which is amazing. And then the other one is it's just a bank heist. But you have to steal something from a vault in a bank, and it's so fun. It's so fun. I hope more levels like that come out because I really enjoyed it. That's it. That's it for the news.
It's the games we've been playing. It's the games we've been playing. Games we've been playing.
I don't really have any games to talk about because I've literally not had much time. I've only been playing San Andreas, so it's very much the same as last week. So do either one of you two go? Maybe Davy G, because I haven't seen you.
Halo.
Oh, dude, I really need to hear about this because I haven't been near my Xbox yet, so I haven't been able. I've seen footage, but I haven't been able to play it.
Yeah.
So, Battlefield 2042 as well, which I've also been playing.
Yeah. How's that?
It needs patches. Patches are coming. It's a bit rough around the edges. Definitely released too early. Unlike Halo, which released even earlier than it should have done, and runs as smooth as a butter. There's a couple of UI things in the maps, in the menus, but apart from that, oh my gosh, this game is so good. It's like Halo 3 brought into 2021.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, it just plays so well. Like, just the feel of just jumping through the air, aiming down a battle rifle, popping someone in the head, and the sort of what they call... So when you die, you get little hints that pop up on your screen, and they've started sort of regurgitating things that the Halo community have talked about. So there's something called the Golden Triangle, which is the combination of grenades, gunplay, and melee, right? So often when you're in Halo, there's kind of the old, there's someone down that hallway, toss some grenades, then when they come visible, shoot. When you get close enough, come in for the melee, get the kill. Or if they come up to you, melee first, shoot. If they start to run away, you can grenade afterwards. Well, the Golden Triangle now is like one of the hints on the screen when you're dead. So like, it's really interesting. They've got a great grasp on what makes Halo great, and it's so enjoyable. And at the moment, when they released they had some balancing issues with XP for the Battle Pass, which they addressed in like a day. They addressed it so quickly that actually they were like, by the way, the when you get a double XP thing, we've extended that from a half an hour thing to an hour thing, but it's still going to say half an hour on the screen because we haven't sorted that out yet. But we know we needed to fix it, so we fixed it. And it's like, dude, like, can you imagine? I've played Warzone for like years, Call of Duty Warzone, and it's still garbage. Yeah. It still plays like trash, and the cheaters are just everywhere in every server.
It's just boring, man. When people cheat in games like this.
Yeah.
And it's just gross, and like there's only you keep reporting them. Like, the next game is going to be another 50 of them.
Yeah.
But so far Halo is running smooth as butter. I've not noticed any bugs or glitches myself. Sometimes it takes a while to get into a game, and there's no way to like back out of that to like try it again. But eventually, I've never got to a point where it hasn't put me in a game.
Mm-hmm. I love that they put it out early. I just love the fact that like,
I love it.
They were just like, it's ready. Let's just do it. Let's just put it out. I think that's great.
And it is ready, and the guns feel balanced. There's a couple of them that are like really overpowered, but everyone starts off with an assault rifle on quick play, and on ranked play, everyone starts off with a battle rifle, which is the burst one with a scope. Mm-hmm. And then there are sort of power weapons and different abilities that sort of spawn on the map. So they can become choke points then, where you're like battling over who's going to get the overshield, for instance,
right?
Or if like there's certain points where there are snipers on the map, so it's like making sure you're there in time for the spawn, but someone else might come along and try and get one. So there's a battle over there, and they've done the maps are amazing. Like they have some of the maps you can play different modes on, but some of the maps it's just one mode. Nice. They've designed this map; it's an asymmetrical map. Attack, defend. There's only one flag. One team's got to go and get the flag and bring it back to their base. Yeah. And that's it. And play that for like 3 or 4 rounds. But yeah, the design of that is so great. And the different alleyways. And it's just such a pleasure to play. And you play Battlefield, which apparently is released. And it was a month delayed. And you're like, Battlefield's good. Battlefield is really enjoyable. And I'm looking forward to the patches. But it is rough around the edges. Really rough around the edges. And then you play Halo and you're like, this is smooth as butter, and I'm just having a great time.
Honestly, when I think back to like when I was like maybe 18 and like Halo 3 was out, and the CODs were really good games, to be fair. I did always have like more fun with Halo. And COD was always great, and back then it was legitimately good as well. The multiplayer was genuinely quite good. But Halo always just seemed like it was the most fun. And it was one you always had the most laugh because it didn't take itself like as seriously as Call of Duty as well. Like, because you'd be flying around in a bloody stupid ship and someone jump on top and check you out. But it's so good to hear that's good.
The hook shot, the first match where I had the hook shot, someone flew over my head in a Banshee, so I hook shotted the Banshee, swung up to it, kicked them out of it, and took over it. I was like, oh yeah,
that's so cool.
I was saying to you last night. I think it was last night as well. Like I'm pretty convinced Halo is good. Based on what I've read with the previews, like so many people in the previews have been like, this is probably the best Halo game since 3. I'm pretty convinced that it's going to be maybe the highest scoring game of the year. Like, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just reading into it too much. But I don't think it's going to score low. Like, just everyone seems to love it. Everyone seems to love it. And like, I just think that's awesome.
It's just so addictive. Like, it's the one more game. Go on, one more game.
And it's just great for Microsoft. It's also good for Microsoft but also like gaming in general, that Microsoft and Xbox are just doing better. Because already they've released 2 games now, which are like almost like generational like games in their genre. You know, the
multiplayer is free, and not just on Game Pass. No, you don't need Game Pass to play the Halo Infinite multiplayer. And even Halo itself is only £55, which is cheaper than any other first-person shooter that's coming out right now.
Yeah, it's mad.
I mean, games on PlayStation are £70.
Yeah.
Others, the Battlefield 2042 is £60 minimum on Xbox.
I should say, Deathloop is like 28 quid at the moment. I bought it at £40. To be fair, I'm fine. If I bought it for £60, I'd be raging. I bought it for £40 as a birthday present, so I didn't pay any money. But like, if I had bought it at £60 and I see it at £28, I'm like, what? It came out like 2 months ago. What the hell?
One day we'll be sponsored by Game Pass, hopefully Chickpea.
But
imagine. One more game on Game Pass that I want to talk about is Forza Horizon 5.
Yes.
it's the perfect Game Pass game. You're like, oh, I've got 10 minutes. Okay, sweet. I'm just gonna pop in Forza Horizon 5 and just drive around and just like, because like there's loads. It's just constantly always stuff going on. Like just like whether it's like skill streaks from like drifting or like smashing stuff and all the rest of it, or if it's like driving on every road on the map so that you sort of you just get bonuses for like driving on chunks of roads. If you're driving all the roads, it's like completionist aspect. You're constantly getting wheel spins, which are like sort of a fruit machine, but with like one reel, and you get whatever it is. Like you always win something, whether it's money, an emote, a car, a horn. I've unlocked some very amusing horns. I've also heard someone's got like bum 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 as their horn. So like every time someone tries to pass and buzz it, I go, "Is my phone going?" It's very good. My current horn is
amazing,
which is great. Yeah. But yeah, it's just so much fun, and just like, you can just drop it, pick it back up, and there's always something to do. There's always something to unlock. There's so many events, but it never feels overwhelming. Like, you can just drive through the street. You're like, oh, here's a race I've not done. Sweet, click on it. Click it. I always play solo because you can rewind, and it's just a more chill experience. Click on solo, and then it gives you a bunch of recommended cars that you have, and then you can pick up any car you want in the marketplace. Just so much fun. It's like it's the best racing. I've not played enough of it to say this, but in my opinion, I don't know how it could go wrong, but it feels like the best racing game there's ever been. I
can't argue.
Maybe not Mario Kart. If we're not including Mario Kart,
it's not a racing. It is a racing game, but it's not really, is it? It's not the same genre.
No, exactly. Yeah. But man, Forza Horizon 5, that should have been nominated for Game of the Year. Sensational stuff. Absolutely sensational.
Yeah, we were talking about Game of the Year, and we weren't sure at the time because it was literally the day it came out. We weren't sure at the time whether it was because it just didn't make the cut or not, but then it was in the multiplayer games or racing games of the year. So
racing games, yeah. So
I don't know.
Yeah,
weird one, but I've heard just awesome things. Zach, been playing anything?
Yes. Yeah. Well, so I'm not at home at the moment. I'm in London at Bronwyn's, and there is a limit on the games that I can play here. But I don't know if I've mentioned to you, I started replaying Resident Evil 1 Remake. Did I talk about this already?
You didn't? No.
Okay, so I started playing it last time I was here on the Wii, because they have a Wii here.
Oof. Nice.
And I was like, all right, I'll just jump back into it. I played the Resident Evil 1 Remake. That was on the GameCube, but I played that. That was the first, I think it was the first Resident Evil game that I played from start to finish. And I loved it when I was a kid. I loved all that, and I'm a big horror fan. And, I'm a big Resident Evil person. And I've been playing the remake on the Wii, and I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not really. I just can't be bothered. I think I don't know the games as well as like probably most fans. Like if most people who are into Resident Evil like remember where everything is, and that helps because if you don't know where everything is, you can very easily back yourself into a corner where you have to go back to an older save just to like not fuck up. It's pretty forgiving, I mean, I'm playing as Jill because I was just like, I don't know. I'm lazy and like Jill's easier.
Is Jill easier?
Yeah. So Jill's like the easy mode, and then you do it as Chris, and he has like, he doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have. He has a small. Yeah, literally doesn't have a gun.
That's crazy. He's a police officer.
Yeah, in America, right?
It's
weird.
Like, what?
But he doesn't, and he has like.
Oh no, Chris isn't a police officer, is he? It's the other one.
No, they're police officers. Well, they're like, they're stars.
There we are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's true.
They're anyway. But so anyways, I'm playing as Jill, so it is pretty forgiving overall. But even still, I just keep finding myself going round and round, forgetting where everything is, and it's so stressful. And I forgot that I don't think this happens in some of the games. I forgot that if you kill a zombie, it comes back as a Crimson Head, which is like way faster and does more damage and sucks. So I was just like playing it like I was playing the later games and just going around killing everything. So I was like, cool. Well, then I can just relax and not feel stressed all the time, and that fucked me up. So I made a lot of mistakes, and I shouldn't have done. But I guess it's been a long time since I played the first one, to be honest. I played the second and third one probably the most. No, I've played the fourth one the most. But of that style. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting going back to it and not super enjoying it. I think I might go back to one of the newer versions. You know, they've like up-resed it for PC and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if I might go and do that just to see if it, you know, there's any quality of life stuff I prefer, or if it's just nicer to look at. I actually kind of like playing it at like, what is it, 360p or whatever, because it's kind of grainy and weird to look at. It's kind of...
Wow, you can make a game run at 360p on the Wii.
Pushing it.
Yeah, seriously.
It's going...
Yeah. I actually don't know, what is the resolution on a Wii? Is it
720,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
To be fair.
It's not 720. This is not running at 720. This is definitely...
the max.
The maximum,
Super Mario
yeah.
Galaxy 2 is running at 720.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Or maybe
Shit,
it's-
I don't think it's HD, you know?
Should we find out?
It definitely is.
I
Is it?
actually don't know.
Okay. No, I believe it.
It
I
might
believe
be
it.
like 540i.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Anyway, this game is not run. I actually think it could be 240, which, as I say, is like kind of hard to look at, but also it's kind of nostalgic, and I quite like it sometimes. Yes, that's what I've been doing this week. I don't know if I'm going to finish it.
It's 480p. That wasn't far off the first time.
480p.
Wow. That's
Yeah, so it's hard. It is
crazy.
hard to look at.
Technically, is high definition.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I call shenanigans on that. That does not count as HD.
Yeah, because I remember when I was trying to set up my Wii for streaming and did not succeed. It was like there was a settings. It was either HD or not HD, and I was like, who's selecting not HD? I guess it's weird. Like the Wii kind of came out before everyone had really cheap flat screen TVs.
Completely.
Yeah, I think the Wii U was their first one, wasn't it? The first high definition one. But again,
HD,
that was 720p. It's bad.
Now the Switch can do 1080p on some games.
Together we've made it. We've made it.
Why is that? Why is it that Nintendo kind of sort of just takes one step behind like current gen stuff? Is there a
Because
reason
they
for
don't need to.
that? They just don't need to.
Like
is
the
that
last time they competed for graphical fidelity was the GameCube, and I love the GameCube, but it flopped hard.
Which is a shame because the GameCube is actually, I think it was its 21st anniversary today. I think, or like this week. Like it came out 21 years ago.
Didn't it?
Yeah, it came out like either 20 years ago or 21 years ago today, and it holds up. Like some of those games hold up way better than PS2 games and Xbox. Actually, not so much Xbox because Xbox was the powerhouse, but it's PS2. Like some of those games do not look that good now. Anyway, shall we move on to the quiz?
Yeah.
Let's do the quiz. This is where I have the jingle. La 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 la.
Are you really? Do?
Do you know what? I might start off with this. Do you know what? I'm going to start off with
Name That Kazoo.
Name That Kazoo. Yeah, because I always play it halfway through. I'm going to start with it now.
Call it.
It's already here.
John Joe Kazooie from now on.
John Joe Kazoo. I like that. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sounds
Hear that?
good.
Here we go.
Whoa.
I was almost fooled into thinking that this was something slightly different,
Okay.
but I think
God.
I think I've got it. I think I've got
Know
it.
anything?
This is-
Gosh.
Well, you can be dead sure that if I know it, it's not a game from the last 15 years.
My mind has gone to the N64 as soon as I got it.
So, has anyone heard of this new console, the N64?
Oh,
right.
I don't like this guess.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you need any of it again, Dav? Or are you okay?
I mean, it wouldn't help. Yeah,
Okay.
go on.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Press enter.
Chrono Trigger.
Zach, what is it?
It's Donkey Kong 64.
It is Donkey Kong 64. So basically, there's a reason why I did it first, and I'm going to be honest with you. I realized that I put down another game, and I haven't actually listened to I said to Zach last time, if I don't listen to the soundtrack like the day before, I forget what the soundtrack was like. So it's like, shit, I need a game that I know, because this is not something I know. I'll do that next week. I have to do what it is, which is good. But that was Donkey Kong 64. Okay, question number 1. Which console had the first inbuilt storage system? The Dreamcast, the Xbox, or the Xbox 360? That was its official name.
Ooh.
I think I know this. I know this.
I know. Have you written your answer?
Yeah.
Don't change it. I know for a fact that Xbox did have some kind of internal storage. But did Dreamcast? I don't know. I've got a guess.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Press enter.
Dreamcast.
Zach, what did you go with?
I went with 360.
Dav Gabe. Do you know when you told Zach not to change his answer?
Yeah.
It's the Xbox.
Oh shit! It is the Xbox.
It's the original Xbox. It wasn't on the
I thought they had memory cards on the Xbox.
They did have
Xbox
memory
original.
cards, but they had inbuilt storage, which was like 8 megabytes. But basically, it was the first console that would actually start saving games on the console itself, rather than either memory cards or the discs or the game cartridges. Yeah, first one, Xbox. Xbox was ahead of its time. It really was. Same with Dreamcast though. PS2 sucked. No, I didn't. I'm just being salty. Question number 2. How many games did Rare release on the N64?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do you want do you want 3 numbers that I can give you, or are you just going to guess?
Should we just get closest wins?
Okay, but I sometimes suck at that. But let's just go with that.
Okay. Well, you've just played the song from one of them.
That's what gave me the idea to do one of them. This chair is so comfortable. I just want to let listeners know I'm swinging back and forth on this chair because it's so good for my tushy. Because if you're watching it, then you can see right now that I'm really happy.
Johnny, before the show started, I said we could do with maybe having more sex appeal.
Yeah.
On the podcast. I just want to let you know that you nailed it.
Yeah. When Dav Weeks can't be here, any Jonny Tushy talk is going to get me going.
Well, Jonny Tushy talk. I think we needed a title. So.
I've got a guess.
How do you spell Tushy? Is it like a Tushy with an SCH?
I think it's like
Tushy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay,
sounds right.
Okay, Tushy. Okay. Well,
but I wouldn't.
That's the title.
I mean, the great thing is, you want to get the right spelling, so when people are searching for Tushies on YouTube, this podcast comes up.
Yeah, this podcast, and then they just see me doing this.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
That's it. You can't see my Tushy yet. Anyway.
Your viewers can more sex appeal.
That's the Patreon special, that is. Gents, how many games did Rare release on the N64?
Zach said 360.
He did.
I did say 360.
Probably.
I said 7.
Ooh.
I went with 12. I was going to say 9, but I feel like it's probably loads.
Zach,
I could think of 6.
If you said 9, Zach,
yeah,
you would have been even further away than what you are. Because the answer is 11. You almost nailed it, man.
Wow.
That's
so close.
I'm going to read them out, and I'll be honest.
Wait, let's guess.
Okay,
Take it in turns.
I think there's one you probably won't get, but you'll get the other ones. Okay, off you go.
Okay.
Zach, what are you going to
Go
go
on,
with first?
GoldenEye.
Of course.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark.
Yes.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes.
I was going to say that. Oh.
I think you can get. I reckon you'll be able to get like 9 of these, but I think there's 2 that might catch you out.
Let's just shout them out. Jet Set Gemini.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Oh,
Blast Core?
Jet Force Gemini was, but yeah, you're right. Blast Core was another one. Yep. Blast Core was awesome as well. I love that game.
Yeah, it does not hold up.
No, it doesn't at all. But as a kid, I loved it.
They didn't do Killer Instinct, did they? No.
Do you want me to read them out?
Oh, go on. Go on, Zach. What have you got?
No, I was going to say
Wait.
Perfect Dark Zero, but that's an Xbox
No.
game, I
Dab,
think.
Dab Gabe, did you say Killer Instinct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did do Killer Instinct. What am I talking about?
Yay!
It's because
Like-
it had cut off the top of my thing. It's exactly Killer Instinct Gold. Yeah, that is one. Yeah. So there's just one. I think there's two you're missing. Shall I read them out?
Go
So
on.
96 was Killer Instinct Gold. 97 was Blast Court. 97 was GoldenEye. 97 was Diddy Kong Racing. What a year!
Diddy Kong
Diddy Kong
Racing.
Racing. How did we not think
What
of that?
a year.
Banjo-Kazooie 98, Jet Force Gemini 99, Donkey Kong 64 99, Perfect Dark 2000. Here's the one you probably wouldn't have guessed: Mickey Speedway USA 2000, Banjo-Tooie 2000,
I love that game.
and Conker's Bad Fur Day 2001, which is the last game in Nintendo 64.
Mickey Speedway USA was in the Corriton McDonald's in Cardiff.
Amazing.
You know some McDonald's had those little N64 stations?
Yeah, totally.
They had Mario Kart and Mickey Speedway USA.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Okay. Here we go. Question number 3. Well, I guess it's actually number 4 because I asked the question earlier. Worst games in the best year. Which of these games had the lowest scores on Metacritic in the best years for gaming? The year is 2004. Cast your minds back to when Zach was a wee baby and I was in my 40s. Okay, we got Colosseum, Fear Factor Unleashed, Forever World, Enter the Unknown, or Ping Pals.
Oh,
And the question is, which one didn't?
got the
Come
worst.
out.
Which is
score.
the worst
I've got the worst
score?
score.
Yeah, which one has the worst score? Colosseum, Fear Factor Unleashed, Forever Friends, Enter the Unknown, or Ping Pals.
I only know one of those games.
Okay.
All right.
Dab, you have an answer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter.
Forever Friends.
And Zach? Fear Factor,
oh.
Zach went with.
Fear Factor, yeah.
I'm going to read them from least shit to most shit.
Okay.
Colosseum with a whopping 32.
Whoa.
Wow.
Forever Friends, Enter the Unknown with 31.
Ah.
Fear Factor Unleashed with 30.
Yeah.
And right at the bottom
Ping
of that
Pals.
turdy little pile, it's Ping Pals with 28. Yeah. Okay, question number 4. What's the best-selling Halo game?
Wow.
Best-selling Halo game.
Yep, Halo 1, 2, or 3.
Oh.
Oh. This is. Oh gosh.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because it's usually, for some reason it always works out where the game after the one that everyone loved is the one that does the best. So I was going to say Reach, because like, everyone loved 3.
Yeah, for the stars.
I don't know.
Showing your age there, my friend.
Climb every mountain higher.
I'm like, Halo 1 came out with the Xbox, but then, because it was so good, Halo 2 would probably have better sales, but then Halo 3 was on the 360, and there were a lot more systems out there, so you wouldn't need as much of a high attach rate.
Gents, I'm going to need an answer.
Okay, I've got one.
I got one.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. You both went
Halo
3, and it is Halo
Yes.
3.
Ooh.
And it's not even close. Halo
Yeah,
1
yeah.
Halo 1 plus Halo 2 does not even equal Halo 3. It's $5.5 million for Halo 1, $8.5 million for Halo 2, and almost $15 million.
Wow.
Wow.
I think
That's
it's
crazy.
best-selling game at this moment. Who knows? Well, I guess it won't be now because of Game Pass. That's a weird thing.
Yeah, they've absolutely changed their metrics. over
Yeah, they
Xbox.
talk about players playing the game
Yeah.
they talk about concurrent players rather than games sold, which is, I guess that's a good thing. Okay, question number 5. Which game from this list of 4 did not come out in 2011? Okay. Batman Arkham City, Dragon Age 2, Fallout New Vegas, or L.A. Noire?
Same again for me.
Batman Arkham City, Dragon Age 2, Fallout New Vegas, L.A. Noire.
Okay.
It's really tricky because you always pick ones that came out like just outside of 2011 or whatever.
yeah.
Fuck you. So I picture the time and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, picture like what was coming out at those times, and all of those came out in like a 13-month period.
It did. It's really bad
Right.
as well because like one of them could have come out in like the December.
Yeah.
What are you guys going with?
All right, I'm
Arkham
ready.
City.
I'm gonna go New Vegas.
One of you is right,
Oh shit.
and it's Zach.
Get it.
It is Fallout New Vegas. I believe that came out 2010 or 2009. I actually didn't write down the number, but it's definitely not from 2009.
I have a feeling it might be 2009, actually.
I think it is 2009 because I'm fairly certain that when I
thought the question was which one of these is a Batman game.
Well, the answer is Dragon Age 2, obviously.
Oh, no, you know what? New Vegas did come out in 2010.
It was 2010, okay.
Oh,
I knew it was around
It was
then.
announced. It was announced in 2009.
I knew it was around there because I was living with my pals in Swansea, and one of them was, I remember living with him, and he was playing it at the time, and I was like, oh, that looks awesome. Why am I not playing this? Question number 7. What United States president was asked and declined to voice the in-game president character in Fallout 3? George Bush, Bill Clinton, or Barack Obama?
Fallout 3.
Yes. Do you want a year for Fallout 3?
2007?
I think it's 2008. Or maybe it was 2009. It was towards the end of the decade.
Okay.
George W., Bill Clinton, or Barack Obama?
I got an answer.
You guys have answers? Okay. 3, 2, 1, press enter.
I've gone with Barack Obama.
Zach, have you got it?
I went for Bill Clinton. What's so funny?
What's his full name?
I don't know
What's Bill
why.
short for?
I don't know why I find it so funny.
You know, William Clinton.
Ah, Billary. I don't know why I find that so funny.
Hillary Clinton.
But it is Hillary Clinton as well.
Yeah, boy.
It was Hillary Clinton. He declined.
Shockingly.
Shockingly, yeah.
It's not like him to deny something.
Hey.
Okay, question number 8. Don't quote me on it. Which video game does this famous quote come from? What is better? Question mark. To be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? Question mark. End of quote. Is it Bioshock 1, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, or Fable 3?
Say it again.
What is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort?
It's either-
What was the first game?
Bioshock, Bioshock, Skyrim, Fable 3.
Okay.
It's either really obvious or you've done a very nice little switcheroo, and I'm going to be very upset with you
Okay, what have you guys gone with? 3, 2, 1,
because
press
I'm going with the
enter.
obvious answer.
Fable 3.
Oh wait, I meant to say Fable 3. Fuck.
Fable 3. It's not Fable 3.
No!
Okay.
It
yeah,
is-
you sneaky bitch.
I think is it Parthenax from Skyrim? It's the dragon.
Oh.
The big old dragon. It's just like, yo. And also, did you know that Parthenax is voiced by Charles Martinet? What the hell?
Yeah, I think we talked about
We did
this.
talk about this. It just
Yeah.
Me.
They're doing a film version of Skyrim.
Yeah,
Is he
go
doing-
on. Who's playing Parthenax? Go on.
I couldn't help it.
Chris Pratt, is it? mate? Chris Pratt.
Is it Hillary Clinton by any chance? That's the person I really hope it is.
No. Bill Clinton said no, so it has to be Chris Pratt.
Oh, so silly. Question number 9. Oh, God.
Johnny, you have the best laugh of anyone I know.
I'm crying. I'm sorry. What?
Oh no.
I'm broken. I'm gone. Woo! Okay. What year did Sony create? So I'm literally crying. You can see it on camera. What year did Sony create Sony Computer Entertainment Inc. in the lead up to joining the video game market?
Oh, start that again.
Okay. Whew. What year did Sony create Sony Computer Entertainment Inc. in the lead up to joining the video game market? 92, 93, or 94?
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, press enter.
94.
Ooh,
You both went 94.
I also for 94.
And it's 93.
Hey.
Yeah, 93. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think it came out in 94. 93.
PS1 came out in 94.
Where's my wheel? Oh, here's my wheel. Alright, here we go. Whew. Still recovering from that. Here we go. I'm going to spin the old boy. See that 1, 2, 3. Who's landing on it? Zach Hamilton!
Oh my god.
What a joke.
Okay. Zach Hamilton question. What are the tiny folk called who populate the world of The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap? Is it the Anuki, the Kikwi, or the Picori? These are all races from Zelda games, by the way, Dav.
Absolutely rigged.
What were the first two there?
Anuki, Kikwi, Picori.
I've got an answer, but
3, 2, 1, press enter.
Kikwi.
Zach?
It's the Picori.
It is the Picori, and I played it very recently, for 5 minutes, because on my Wii U, which I still love, by the way, and I didn't realize that they want to be called the Picori, but all the humans of the Highlands keep calling them Minish, and they're like, no, we call ourselves the Picori.
Isn't it fucked up that that's what the name of the game is?
Yeah, it should be.
They're all like, hey, don't call us that because we don't really like it.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway.
Oh, the Kikwi are from Skyward Sword.
The Kikwi are from Skyward Sword. I don't know what the Nuki are from, but they are from...
What are the Kikwi?
Kikwi are like these little they're kind of like... Oh,
things.
what are they like? Do you know the things you find in Breath of the Wild? You find them all over the place.
Koroks.
They're kind of like Koroks. They're kind of like that. But they're not exactly like that. But they look kind of similar to them. The little plant creature thingies.
Anuki are from the DS games, Phantom Hourglass.
Oh, there we go. There we are.
Are those the train people?
No, they look like little Eskimos with antlers.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them.
But yeah, that is the end. And Zach, you've won the quiz. Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
get it
I
in?
bet you did. By 3?
You won 5-1.
5-1.
5-1. That is a
It's a big old score.
landslide.
Right, to make myself feel better, I need a quick brag. I was playing Halo yesterday with some friends, and after our session, one of them said to me, "What's your setup? Like, what are you playing with? Are you on PC?" I was like, "No, I'm just on Xbox, like you." He's like, "Oh, but keyboard and mouse." I was like, "No, controller." He's like, "Oh, what are your settings?" I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, you're just so much better than everyone else." I just needed that out there. Oh, I feel better now.
I think I'll be honest. I think I might have to change the title of the podcast to Hillary Clinton.
Hillary
I think
Clinton.
that tickled me too much.
Hillary Clinton and Johnny's
Tushy talk.
tirade.
Oh.
What was it? Tushy
Johnny's Tushy talk. That's what it currently is. That's what probably will
Tushy
be.
talk with Hillary Clinton.
And Johnny. There we are. I'd like to talk about my Tushy, but I think that's it. We've run out of time. That's it.
No
It's
more
the
Tushy
end.
time.
No more Tushy time. We've had fun today. Haven't we had fun? But that is the end of podcast number 77. Thank you so much for listening. Go back and listen to the old episodes. At some point, we will do a new Hall of Fame. I'm just a very busy boy at the moment, so my schedule is just very busy. But we will try and do one soon because we wanted to do not silly ones, but out there ones. I think that was the vibe we were going for. Just ones that you wouldn't normally pick, but deserve recognition. That's what we're going for next time. Dab, did you want to raid anyone?
Yeah.
I'll leave you to do the raiding whilst I just wrap up the old
Absolutely.
pod. We are, like I said, on Patreon. We're on Spotify, YouTube. We won't be long before we're up on there. We also are affiliated with Greenman Gaming. We still get money from that. You know,
baby.
Still get those pennies, and those pennies add up.
If you're looking to get your Game Pass, you can get it on there with our link.
Dab, are you streaming at the moment?
Not at the moment. I'm on a bit of a break at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe I'll be back in the foreseeable future. But
We'll all be back at some point in the foreseeable future. Just who knows when. But thank you so much.
Get some Halo multiplayer on the go.
Yeah, we should. That'd be a laugh. We did Halo for a while.
I'll be well up for that.
Halo for a while. That was good. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, gents. That was awesome. Great pod. Great fun. And now we're going to go. We're going to leave and we're going to raid someone.
The Cockney
we'll
Viking.
see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Tushy, bye.
Bye.